Hey, I'm Roy Wood Jr. from The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, and you are listening to the PBR Podcast. Well, technically, you're watching it because I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
But you're looking at me, and you're listening to it.
That's right.
Unless this is on mute.
They're multitasking, if you will.
Yeah.
Got it. This is where they play the intro music, Roy.
Podcast, baby. Now tell me something good. Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody? PBR Podcast, Mike Pullano, Derek D, Joe Gatto, and sitting in the second episode of the Holiday Extravaganza.
Holiday Extravaganza.
Mr. Roy Wood Jr.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Roy.
Have you not
coming
been
out, man.
sued for the name of this podcast?
Pizza, beer, revolution. Who's going to sue us? Pizza, beer, or revolution? Which one?
Okay, fair enough.
Professional bull riding?
The professional
Nice.
bull riding.
Pabst
coming
Blue
after us.
Ribbon. I guess like an acronym, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like you can't own an acronym, can you? Can NFL own NFL?
No, that's true. You can't.
Oh,
There's a pharmacy company in San Francisco called ISIS Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
That's
changed
thinking
their
about
name.
they're thinking about changing their name.
Why?
I wouldn't change my name. I'd be
no,
like,
man.
screw you, ISIS. We were here first.
We were here first.
Yeah.
and their Google hits went way up, man.
Yeah.
People are like searching their shit.
Yeah, so did people watching them.
That's
They
the
can't
good.
do anything wrong.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, what we grew up with as the Worldwide Wrestling Federation,
WWF.
the WWF
World-
got sued and had to change it to by the World Wildlife Federation.
No. It wasn't Worldwide Wrestling Federation. It was WWF. It was the World
60%.
Wrestling Federation.
Right, sorry. And they got sued by the World Wildlife
So
Federation.
that's why they became WWE.
Yes.
And then they merged WCW into WWE in
Yeah,
one big.
but they did get sued for the acronym.
That's how that happened.
Yeah, that's gonna. They're animals.
So what? They're not popular
Joe
animals.
Gatto, everybody. That was good.
They're animals.
But the crazy thing about that, I remember when that switch happened, and I kind of stopped watching. I was like, I can't call it WWE.
Yeah,
I
they
stopped-
lost you. They lost you with that E to F.
They lost
That was
me.
it.
Yeah.
Gotcha, man.
That's what it was. It was WWF. This WWE. What's happening to my childhood? I
Yeah.
don't like that.
All your memories just start crumbling.
You know what it's like? It's like when your favorite team changes uniforms and you just go, I don't like that uniform. I don't know if I can still root for it. And then a year later, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
How'd you feel when the Dolphins changed that
It's
emblem?
horrible.
Really? It's
horrible.
I liked it.
It's horrible. It is. It doesn't even look like a dolphin. It's like some sort of sad whale. That's
A depressed whale.
It does.
Yeah.
Look at the logo. The old dolphin logo. He's doing tricks. He's jumping through a ring of fire.
I
He
think
has a helmet on. He's ready to play.
He does have a helmet on. Yeah, he
This
did.
new
He
dolphin doesn't even have with all the concussion protocols. Where's his helmet?
did. He's a mammal, right?
it's very accurate of a logo, though, because when you put a porpoise in I don't know, Google it. If you put a porpoise in captivity, their dorsal fin sags.
Yeah.
And even on the logo, because they're so terrible,
Wait,
their
that's-
dorsal fin is sagging.
Yeah.
Real? That's a real thing?
No, I
Yeah.
just made that shit up. 60%.
That's
not
a new
real.
one?
It does, yeah, that's the new one, and it
This looks like
a
this looks
sad-
like it looks like
I don't mind
clip
it,
art.
though.
It looks like clip art. It looks like somebody was like, "Oh, we need a dolphin in the
It's a
sunshine."
good flowing. Just
The old one was legit though.
Dolphins are badass. That's the thing about
They
dolphins.
are.
Dolphins have been, because of that stupid Flipper show and SeaWorld, that badass reputation about dolphins. Like, dolphins take on sharks. Like, they will ram into its...
in a team effort. Like,
in a team effort,
Yeah.
they'll ram its fins and everything and bludgeon a shark to death in the gills.
They're actually
Gangster.
highly intelligent too, and they team up. Like, have you ever seen where they create a wall and they push all the other fish to the beach and beach them?
Yeah, they beach the fish.
and eat the fuck
And
out
then
of
No,
it.
you know what? You know what? But like that, nothing gets my dick hard like those. Like the way when animals work together.
You
That's
know.
why the WWF.
That's an edit.
That's because no, with the WWF, they're more badass than the wrestlers. Then let me tell you something. Have you ever seen like a group of antelope, fuck up a lion because it's trying to bite the little one? Like you watch that.
yeah, wildebeest and all that.
Yeah,
they
did
gang
you ever
up.
see when they went after it was an elephant? A baby elephant was getting eaten by an alligator. An alligator grabs its trunk.
Oh, that's
and it
not
came
gonna
over,
fly.
and the mother was like started fucking stomping that shit. It was like, get off my young. And then other alligators came out, and it looked like a badass. It was a Royal Rumble. That's why they took back the WWF. Took
It's
it back.
true.
It's
It's
funny you
true.
said that because I was going to say, one's animals, one's wrestling. They're not competing, but now that you put it like that, they were competing.
There's nothing more competitive than the animal world.
They're competing for life.
I love it. I love the teamwork. I love the communication. Wolves, they hunt in packs, but only 2 or 3 wolves have the responsibility of hard pursuit of the prey. The rest of the wolves basically trot and only 3 guys are sprinting after the deer or whatever, and they basically run it to exhaustion. And they take
they take
shifts.
turns.
They take turns.
Smart as hell.
Going from the front of the pack to the back of the pack. The same way geese all fly together, the aerodynamic. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
shit's
You
called.
know, don't have to
Flying
flap
V?
sometime,
Yeah, the V or whatever.
Nobody's working like that point. That point is working.
Yeah.
He is up there. He's like, all right, somebody tap me out.
Get drafted.
Yeah. I would never be in the front of a flock.
Not for long anyway.
No way.
But they do rotate. You know, that guy drops to the back.
Yeah, that's
and if
it.
you look at the flying V, that last one is always trailing.
He's just coasting.
He's tired as shit,
Because he's
man.
tired. He's the one
Yeah.
who just got off the point.
Just ghosted. Do you think they bitch at each other? It's like, Drew, you really shit the bed on the way
You're
down to
not
Miami.
You're not flapping hard enough.
Get it together.
It's so damn
Screw
cold.
you, Charlie.
We talk about this all the time, actually, me and the boys. We talk about how did humans actually even exist, because when the first time, a newborn baby is absolutely useless. It's not doing anything. It just falls out and that's it. But a zebra gets born and it's walking in 3 minutes.
Well, did you read?
Life is
There
real.
was some shit today on CNN.com where scientists are now saying that human life is supposed to be born, live for about 12 hours, and then immediately fall into a deep sleep and die. That's what the being was supposed to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen.
That
No,
makes
it didn't
no
happen.
damn sense.
That's because aliens.
Okay, here we go.
No,
Can we
nobody.
please stop? Can we please stop? Roy Wood is here. Stop embarrassing me. It's Roy
I'm
Wood
with
Jr.
him on
Show some
aliens,
respect.
just not on that one.
In general.
I mean, I believe that we are the aliens. You know what I mean? Like the missing link is the aliens coming down and crossbreeding their race with ours.
See, now you're like the end of a M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
It's like,
it's
I'm
crazy.
with you, but it's like,
You know?
oh, wait, that's way deep. It's like the end of
Yeah.
Interstellar.
That's
It's
right.
just like, oh, my goodness.
And all
This is
60%
serious
bullshit.
stuff.
I mean,
Don't even, just let it go, bud.
no, but not even about.
I was almost going to transition.
Not,
but
even,
you
not
wanna-
even, no, not even about that. Just to say real quick, think about it. We are the smartest beings on the earth, right? Safe to say we are the smartest.
Second to the dolphin.
Yeah, second to the dolphin. but when we come out, we're the dumbest
Dumbest thing in the
motherfuckers on
world.
the
Yeah,
earth.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to be taught.
That
everything.
baby will be dead immediately if you leave.
That's right.
I think the age of where you gain the intelligence, though, is where we differ from the early animals and early man. I would deem most human beings to be useless until about age 9. In terms of, can you help the village catch? Can you help us catch meat, boy? Can you take this stick and go out and make sure we get stuff? It's like the old Doug Stanhope bit where he talked about how basically American children are lazy and we don't know anything. But then you look at a kid in a third world country, and at age 4, he already has an AK-47.
Yeah.
He's trained.
That's true.
He knows how to do stuff.
Are you from Miami?
No, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. And I know the question, how did I become a Dolphins fan?
Yeah.
2 things. Regional coverage, because in the kids will never believe this. But let me take you back to a time, young people, where when you wanted to watch football, you only had 2 games to choose from.
That's right.
You had an early game and a late game. The other games, whatever was happening, was a mystery.
Wait,
know.
you didn't even get the opposite market. So here in New York, we grew up. We had an AFC and an NFC. Is that because of the Jets?
Yeah.
I guess that's because
Yeah.
of the Jets. We always had 2 games, early and late.
No, we had an early AFC game that was this is what you're getting, you Southern dummy. And then you had a late NFC game. And the late was always the Falcons. The early game was always the Dolphins because there were no other Southern teams
Right.
in the AFC that was decent. The only other team was the Houston Oilers at the time. There was no Panthers. There was no Titans.
Right.
So it was that
Jaguars?
because, you root for what was on TV. And the Dolphins were gang safe colors, and where I lived, it's
Nobody's
funny, but
wearing.
it's the truth.
I know, but nobody's wearing that green and orange. It's like a
Red,
in the street.
black, and blue. Where I lived, you would have to have a conversation with someone every day on the way home about what you're wearing. But turquoise,
Yeah, it is. insane.
everybody loves
turquoise.
Everybody loves turquoise and coral.
Yeah, how come,
Nice.
you know what? We were talking about it, though. How come none of the teams are named the Geese? because they work hard.
Come
Right?
on, man.
You want to
Really
have
no
the
killer
You want to be
instinct.
like there's a mighty duck. I mean, that's pretty close, and that's kind of
yeah, but that came out of a movie, which I
If you
felt.
also had to put an adjutive, you had to modify the duck. You couldn't just say
The ducks.
Oh yeah.
You had to throw Mighty to sell it.
and then give it a Jason mask.
right.
There was a lot of work. A lot of work went into it.
A duck-billed Jason mask.
They did drop the mighty though, and they are the ducks. But you are correct. They put a killer mask on it.
It's a serial killer
This
ducks.
duck might murder me.
So Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, man.
What was it like?
Grew up watching a bunch of Alabama. I used to sell sodas at Alabama games when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was. They used to play half their schedule in Birmingham because of stadium renovations in those days, and I saw a lot of good football. But I saw a lot of drunk, weird fans
Roll Tide.
that it just anything that shines a positive light on the state, I support. So if Alabama wins it and whatever, hey, great, Alabama's winning. But if they lose, I'm not crying. I'm not suicidal. I'm
Yeah.
not changing my Facebook status to a frowny face.
It's not we.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely. That's them. It's even. Not is it not we? It's them.
When you sold sodas, were you mobile or were you at a concession stand?
I was mobile, man.
Oh, that's great, man. It's the only way to do it, right?
I had to
Hustle.
I had the 20 stack tray. If you get to the stadium early enough, you get a shoulder strap so that the stupid grate doesn't slice
Right
into
in
your
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 hands, yeah.
bloody hand trying to sell sodas for $1.50. And then some kids would get kicked out because they would try to sell sodas for $2.50. Everybody's drunk by the beginning of the third quarter. So you jack up the price of your soda by $1 so you can make an extra $20.
All right.
That's nice.
Every
Smart.
tray,
That's
every
a
tray.
smart idea. Man.
Extra $20 every tray.
I was selling programs at a Wall Stadium. I wish I thought of something like that.
You were a programs guy?
Oh yeah, I was walking down. Hey, get your program here.
Was that your first job?
Yep, 14.
14 years old?
Yeah, 13
I
or
scooped
14.
ices. That was my first
The
job.
papers. I delivered flowers.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
That was my high school gig.
Oh, no. I remember that florist down the street from you.
Yeah, I crashed the shit
You
out of
crashed
that.
it, man, all
I used to
time.
take turns too tight, and these arrangements they spent hours on will fall over.
Oh no.
And I had to jump in the back and like fix them. And
Oh,
they
like
looked
for a funeral or something?
Yeah, like a big funeral arrangement. You
what
couldn't
a-
keep that shit. And it was like a big white rape van. It was blue, no windows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No railing to strap anything down.
Nothing.
on, none of
Crates,
that.
and then you would just pack crates together. But so as you made deliveries, there was less weight holding in the big
Right.
ass one, and you take a turn too tight, and that was it. Man.
You were also a horrendous driver back in the day.
I have a perfect driving record.
No, but back in the day.
He said back in the day.
Well, but back in the day constitutes my driving record to
No,
now.
come
and
on,
it's
your
perfect.
record. I don't have a record, but I'm not perfectly legal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've killed a man. Let's move on.
My first job with a pay stub was Baskin Robbins.
Oh, yeah?
15 years old, Western
31
Hills
flavors.
Mall in Midfield in the suburbs. And it was the greatest job ever because where Baskin Robbins was like the main entrance. You know, in high school, you just go to the mall and walk around.
right, yeah.
That was like where
The
you
thing
go
to
and
do.
hang. And like all the cute girls would come over
Okay,
on
get some
their
ice
lunch
cream.
break. It's this cute girl that used to work at Simply Six.
Simply Six. What's
It's
that?
all size
Simply
sixes.
Six, everything cost $6
Oh.
in the store.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I would give them like extra scoops of ice cream, and I thought that was my way of flirting.
Yeah, that's
because
you're making them bigger.
I had no concept of hello, you are cute. Let's go. In me, it was just like you more ice cream, give you. I did.
You know what? There's real power to be wielded in the scoop, though,
Dude.
Like you ever go like I at like Roy, I was in the scoop industry. I worked at
Let me
Ralph's
see your
Ices.
wrist action.
This is
Yeah,
before
I
the
was- I had a good-
before the
Look at the
potatoes.
This is before, yeah. This is before I scoop potatoes. I scooped ices. But like, there's real power. Like when you're waiting for a Sunday to get made. Like you're like, I'll take to the 2 scoop. Like your 2 scoop might be different from my 2 scoop, but I like judge people. I was like, all right, I'll give you 2 medium scoops. But if you're a pretty girl, it'd be like a tub.
It's
you
all
walk
about
out
the
with.
density of the scoop
Yeah.
because I could barely like scrape the ice
Oh, it'd
cream.
be hollow.
And it would be a hollow scoop.
Yep.
And it looks full, but inside there's layers of air. Or I could just scoop that bitch solid like a
Drop a
damn
boulder right on.
ball of Play-Doh.
It's like a snowball.
Yeah. Just condensed pack. And I'm thinking, well, she'll know I'm flirting because I gave her extra.
But in her mind, she's like, wow, he thinks I'm really fat. He's giving me ice cream.
Pretty girls, man. Do
thought I was
they
hungry.
not realize how good they have it? Like even down to the ice cream scoop.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, subconsciously.
I think most of them realize.
And you notice too, a lot of pretty girls are always just like, oh, I just ate so much. I'm so hungry, and I eat so much. I eat all. It's like, shut up.
And speaking of pretty girls, you are on Bumble, right? You should tell people.
Come on.
Now Bumble's the one where
Yo,
the
yeah.
girl decides
Yes.
whether or not you all can talk,
They scoop.
so they can avoid the creepers.
They're empowered to
Quick
scoop.
story. Just earlier, Joe had me on a Periscope, and some girl started following me. She's like, "I swiped left for Derek yesterday. I wish I reconsidered."
Oh,
But then I saw her picture, and I was like, "I would have swiped left too, and I probably did."
so Bumble is like you're basically like a toy inside of the claw machine on Toy Story.
That's right.
I've been chosen.
You're looking at the claw. The claw.
Bumble. It's like it's a girl who helped co-found Tinder.
Tinder.
Yeah, you know, she was a guest on the Daily Show a while back. Whitney.
Yeah, that's it.
Wolf.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to confirm that name, but I think
Whitney
Whitney something. Yeah, she was cool. I don't really do a lot of the online. I've met people online who we eventually started dating, but like the formal set up the profile, let's evaluate each other. I tried to write off eHarmony on my tax audit once.
Did it work?
No. It's expensive. Like back in those days, it was like,
Yeah, like matching.
$60, $70 a month to be dissed by women.
Now it's all free and easy.
For
And
free.
it was
Now they
totally
can
different too.
easily
You had to like write a dissertation about.
Oh my God,
yourself,
you have to
right?
write a thesis on why you got good pipe and why people should want to come and get laid by you.
Gatto's in the game. Everybody, happy.
It's the holiday extravaganza. What are you talking about?
Reindeer ears.
Oh, these whole things? It's the extravaganza.
You look dashing, Dad.
Oh, that's
Reindeer ears.
unbelievable that those just appeared on your head.
Are you, Roy? Are you on Tinder or any of those?
No.
You're a single guy.
Yeah, I'm single, but like I date, but I just meet people. Like it's hard to explain, but like for me,
Just like in real life.
well, I'll tell you one thing. I haven't tried it in New York, but when I was in LA before I moved here, there weren't a lot of black women on Tinder.
right?
And Black People Meet wasn't exactly my speed.
Was it called Blender?
It's called Black People Meet?
There is a website called Black People Meet. Yes, there's commercials and everything.
EET?
Shay's over there nodding her head.
If there's a typo,
What you
that's
think
a
we
whole-
misspelled? You think we can't spell meat?
I'm saying if you change that E to an A, it's a totally different website.
Oh, Black People Meet. Oh, I got it. Just tight.
That's a whole.
That's a
Yeah.
whole different thing, man.
I'm on that.
You should buy that URL
I
right
heard there's
now.
a black Tinder called Soul Swipe. I haven't looked at it yet, so maybe I'll check that out.
Soul Swipe?
Soul Swipe.
Shay,
Do you-
there's Soul Swipe?
I think I don't know if it's Soul Swipe or Soul Swipe. I don't know which one you
Do you find that there's like a difference in ethnicities and how they use technology to date?
No, I think that we tend to gravitate towards what we're interested in online, though. And I think I'm not saying you can't find black or white or other races on Tinder, but for what I'm attracted to more
Right.
often than not, I don't see it on the popular sites. And then most of the sites that I've gone on, online dating, is just this weird cat and mouse of, do I know you already? How can I track you down and find you and go behind your back? And Soul Swipe is a real thing, verified. There you go. Like it just becomes this. How can I creep on you without you knowing who
Right.
I am?
That
and it's
for
this
me-
weird espionage
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I don't like. I don't enjoy it. And I
That
would
was
just rather
part of the
meet
fun for
people
me.
regular.
That's part of the fun for me back in the day. Like liking girls and not letting them know that I like them and know everything about them.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I saw your 5 pictures on Tinder, but based on one little detail, I was able to zero in and find where you are online and find 8 more pictures about you. And
I
now
looked in the
know them.
reflection of this one picture and I saw the name of the place backwards that you work at.
and then I geotag located that and cross-referenced that against the zip code. Of your
Everybody's like
profile.
Bond. It's like a real.
It is true. I mean, I'm on those, but I also like to meet girls in person as well. I'm not like awkwardly, but it's just
Plus-
easier. And I just try to establish a conversation. Like a lot of people are on that Tinder. There's like, yo, you're just down to bang, and I've never done that. I've just been like, establish a rapport, then maybe meet for a drink. If it doesn't work, be like, this.
See, I don't have that. I think it's also a personality issue too. I don't have the type of personality that fits best for online dating. To me, online dating requires a level of charm and connection out the gate that I just don't have.
You're
I'm a
much more.
slow
Yeah,
burn.
you're a much more interesting guy in person.
You know that.
I do.
Like I'm a slow burn kind of dude, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna come to this Starbucks and I'm gonna buy a tall white mocha for the next 3 months.
Eventually, you'll notice
And
me.
eventually, I'll break the ice. And in 7 months, it's just stuff happens. Like he knows, like my ex, we met because I was trying to hire a publicist, and she did PR, and I'm calling, and this is kind of a formal not quite interview, but I'm sizing you up. Next thing I know, we're on the phone 4 or 5 hours talking about everything but PR. So now we're dating. But if she was on Soul Swipe, damn good, you fine. I like your hair. And you're
She'd be
judging
like, nope.
me. Yeah, you're judging me on 5 facial expressions that some picture where his jacket is wrinkled there and I don't approve it.
Yeah.
You're probably, it's so many different hurdles you have to jump when someone is already assuming the worst about you. But if I can just stalk you and walk 4 blocks out of my
real
way
life.
to this Starbucks, I'll tell you a good stalking story.
Go ahead. I'd love to swap stalking stories. I got some killer.
So
Killer.
In college at Florida A&M University, the only pizza place that would deliver to this black college late at night, Pizza Hut and Domino's and all these places, they would come, but only until 9 p.m. and you had to meet them in the quad, which meant you had to hike a mile to go get your pizza. But Gumby's Pizza didn't give a damn. Gumby's Pizza came at 2 a.m. and they would bring you, it's college pizza.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to say it's horrible, but for what it was at college, you got the job done at 2 a.m. They sent a delivery girl named Alicia one night. And I just remember being half drunk on the couch and looking up and just seeing this angel presenting a $3 pizza. For the next semester, anytime we called Gumby's, I demanded that they send Alicia to deliver our food. And she came every time, and I tipped extra because I wanted to be remembered. Mm-hmm. And in my head, every time I'm tipping, it's like I'm a college kid, and I'm tipping like $8 on a $3
pizza.
That's aggressive.
I'm tipping you 3 more pizzas.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I'm breaking the ice. I'm doing the damn thing. I remember her car. It was a gray Chevrolet Beretta, North Carolina plates, if you will. Mm-hmm. I'm driving. I'm leaving campus from class, and I'm driving, and I see coming the opposite direction, gray Chevy Beretta. Look in the rear view. There's that Carolina plate I know. And I see her pull into the lot, and the lot she's pulling in, the only place she could have been going was to the library. And the library is probably like a 6-minute walk. I got 4 minutes to get to the other side of the library on the opposite side of the parking lot.
All right.
Mm-hmm. She's going to enter the library through the south entrance. I'm going to come in through the north entrance.
You got
and
this
if I
down.
time it right,
Right.
I should meet her right at the damn vending machines. I get there. Sure as shit, she's coming up the stairs. I try and strike up a conversation. Hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Remember me? I don't work at Gumby's no more. And that's all she gave me. And we walked off. I was so crushed. But
messed
I
up.
was very proud of myself, though.
That's good that you actually.
Oh, it was great stalking, man.
You didn't have to pay to talk to her.
That's good
That's steps. In college, I feel like you do your
Tried
best
to build
stalking.
rapport and it didn't
I used to
work.
write poetry and slide it under Megan
No.
Donahue's
Stop it.
Megan Donahue's door anonymously.
Why would you think that would work?
Well, watch. Well, watch.
Give us a couple bars. Spit some
Yes.
bars.
I got published. I'll tell you this whole thing. Ready? I'm not even joking. She lived on the second floor of my dormitory, right? And everybody knew I had a crush on this girl. I used to do her homework and everything, right? So I used to write poetry and slide in an envelope, an anonymous envelope. I would slide it under her door. Not everyone knew that it was me except me. Like, I was the only one that didn't realize she knew it was me, right? So I was like, all the time, and I'm always playing it cool, like, oh, hey, and I would set, slide poetry underneath. I wrote one that I was really proud of, and I got in the mail, I got a thing that said, hey, are you, because I was in the literary, honors English, and they were like, hey, if you have any poetry you'd like published, the National Poet Society will publish you for only $89. I'm like, yeah. I'll publish this poem I wrote to Megan Donahue and nonchalantly keep the book open every time she came in my room. So maybe she'll notice it and
But
be
she
like,
came in your room a
that's
lot?
it. Yeah, she did because we were all friends down in
okay.
the dorm. And it was a very social dorm. Everybody would just come in my room.
You
and
laid
hang out.
the trap.
So,
Nice.
I laid a 1-year trap of anonymous poetry in a white envelope underneath her door, and then it culminated in a purchase of $89.95 to be in the national honors. I'm getting ready to tell her. I'm like, getting ready to tell her about the poem, and she's like, and I didn't know she knew it was me already. So I'm like, oh yeah, I got this poem published, and she's reading it. She's like, oh, that's the one you gave me. And I was like, I'm like, oh,
She knew, man.
Yeah, she knew.
How did she know? Did you ever find
How
out?
did you not know she knew?
Everybody knew because I was
But she never said anything?
She never said anything, and she was dating a running back, and that was it. That was the story over. But
I was never a stalker, man. I was a pursuer. Like I was.
is there a difference?
Yeah. No, I did that shit like in the open, like
Pursuer
almost like
sounds like Chase.
yeah. No,
Sounds felonious.
Like I was screaming from the mountaintops.
Got it.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like there was no surprise. Like your sister Carla had a friend Jocelyn.
Yes.
And this girl was like, you're talking about the angel from Gumby's
She's
Pizza,
amazing.
man.
Yeah.
This girl was like, she was a showstopper. And they're a couple years, maybe a year or
She's
two.
2 years older than you.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm 13 years old and she's like, she's a woman. She's 16. She's got boobs. She got boobs, you know?
The woman,
And
16.
like, I remember they would have like my cousins would have dances and they'd have a DJ and whatever. And I'd always go, I would be like, forget stalking. I'd go up to the DJ and be like, you know, you have to dedicate the next song from Mike to Jocelyn. And I would like do it in front of family and just embarrass myself. You know what I mean? That was like my move. And
confidence.
sometimes
Maybe
it was
she
cute.
dug it.
I don't know if it was confidence or stupidity.
Oh no, it was so sad to watch.
By the way, Jocelyn wanted nothing to do with it.
I don't remember what I did back. I mean, it wasn't good.
We never got the real life swipe right, you and I.
No, that's what I'm saying. Before over dinner, I was like, if we missed out on this whole dating
Yeah.
technology phase, it's scary.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's interesting.
It's easier to meet people and to be personable and stuff like that. But you know, like I'll talk to people on Facebook, but then in my brain it's like I won't inbox you. Like
It's different,
because
yeah.
then women like to get all, oh, why you all in my DMs?
Slide in
Why,
my DM,
yeah.
why you acting all thirsty?
Yeah, well, you can't put all your business on the public page though.
No, this is true, but I'm just gonna berate you to death with wall posts
That's
and
right.
like
Pictures of kittens made me
Because-
think of you.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
The beauty of the Facebook algorithm specifically states that if we do have a digital interaction on Facebook, then you are 80% more likely to see my next post.
That's right.
Whether you want to or not. So now I know you know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game.
Isn't that
you
some
like it or
bullshit,
not.
right? Is it
Yeah.
true that people that show up in your friends that you may know are people that have been stalking you or searched you?
I don't know how true that is.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
I think it's
yeah.
people related to who you
no,
know.
I think it's a
I know it
tree.
snitches on you to tell you who you interact with the most. Like if I go to your page and it shows me your first 8 or 9 friends, those are the 8 or 9 people that you've had the most interaction with
Really?
Yes.
on Facebook.
Yes.
Go look at your Facebook page right now.
Oh wait,
Like,
if you search for somebody, it shows up that you might know them. That
That's
I've
what I'm
heard.
saying.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
If you know where it says, hey, you might know, and it gives you suggestions of people to follow. If I searched you on your page, when you go, it says, hey, you might know, it'll show me.
Oh, I've gotten that.
Yeah.
Snitch.
Not that you
Bitch.
searched me, but
no,
we
you've
have.
gotten it because I've searched you.
Oh, nice.
dirty game, a dirty world.
I didn't accept your friend request.
Yeah, no.
Talk about
I didn't
stalking.
friend. I think I friend requested, but you have too many.
I don't. Yeah, I capped
You're,
out.
you're capped out.
Derek cried for about 6 months.
I did, 6
That
months. I
until
followed you on
followed him.
Twitter.
He still
6
cries though.
months.
No, but I followed you on Twitter.
Yeah, well, not on Instagram. So
I like following a lot of different
Keep it up.
people.
I'll unfollow your ass.
You know what?
right
On
now.
Instagram, it's all. I feel like it's all about that because you're really seeing a lot. If you don't follow people,
I mean,
you're
I follow
not
you on
seeing
Instagram.
Yeah, for me, it's Instagram and Twitter. It's about this is my window into the world. Since I don't get out enough and I don't talk to enough weird people,
Yeah.
I follow. Like I love following people with less than 50 followers because the way
See
they
what's going
tweet,
on?
it's
Yeah.
a totally different. Oh, it's dark. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, like on Twitter, I'll follow anybody on Instagram. I follow fans and everybody on Instagram because it fills up your feed. But I don't do that on Twitter because then you can't pay attention to what you want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
On Instagram, it's fine. You're just flying through and looking at pictures. But then you've got to read paragraphs of people's like.
Well,
he
that's why
doesn't-
you got to
yeah.
set up the list on Twitter. You got to like some days I go full intelligent and I'll just go over to my. I got a list set up called Real Spit, and it's just intelligent people. Like
Am I
some
on that list?
professional.
We're friends on Twitter, so-
Nah, you're under hilarity.
Oh, okay, great, hilarity.
wow,
I'll
I didn't.
take
Even,
that list.
I don't even break it up like that. I didn't realize. I
Yeah.
didn't realize you could do that.
Yeah,
I guess.
you can
Yeah.
set up lists. You have to
wow.
on Twitter. It's the only way that you can function some days. And then other days, I open it up to all 4,000 people I'm following. And like, it's great for live tweeting. Oh my God, there's no better way to watch a television show.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
Like a TV event than to have your Twitter timeline going simultaneously. It's literally like having all of your friends in
Hanging
the
out
room.
together.
Like,
Yeah.
Sporting events too.
oh,
so great
the
for
Super
sporting.
Bowl?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And award shows. Super Bowl and
Award show,
yeah.
award shows crush.
Yeah.
Award show or premieres are great too. Like big premieres, like big show premieres are a lot of fun too. But then if you're not watching it, you cannot be on Twitter. But like big premieres.
Yeah,
People
Oh, yeah, like Walking
Assassinate
Dead.
people.
Or anything like
Oh,
that. Yeah, you
you
can't watch
spoil stuff like that. I just want to just murder.
Yeah.
People.
Isn't Instagram and Twitter, if you combine them, you get Facebook?
I guess
You know
that's
what? That's a fair analysis.
Yeah, bad joke. Keep
No,
That's a fair
was it a joke or was it an observation?
It
'Cause
was
an
a terrible
observation
joke.
about a terrible joke.
It was a terrible joke, but a good observation.
No, but what I'm saying, right? It's kind of like
Yeah,
a little bit
Yeah.
the
a
same.
little bit of both.
Yeah.
Roy, before you were stalking pizza ladies in college in Alabama,
Alicia.
were you when you were growing up? How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I'm the only child by my mom. I got a bunch of half brothers. I got 2 young and maybe like 5 or 6 older.
Did you grow up with them
I
or
have
live
siblings.
with them or?
No, the 2 younger ones we spent a lot of time together, but the older ones were older. Like they were like 20 years old. Like imagine being 25 and your dad just goes, "Yeah, I got a 3-year-old. You want to come over and play with?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Fuck that kid."
Yeah, man, I know all about that.
Yeah, it wasn't until I was like 14 or 15 that my older half brothers was like, "All right, yeah, so what's going on? You got pubic hair? All right, we can talk now."
That's crazy, right? I'm the last of 5, and I remember at my first nephew, at his like first birthday party or some shit. All of a sudden, I have 3 sisters. All of a sudden, I had a 4th sister, and she was the oldest. And I like my whole family kind of like freaked out. We're like, "Wait, Dad, you never told us that you had a daughter?" Like he was in the Air Force, and it was older than my oldest sister, so it was before my mother. And we were all like kind of freaked out about it. And we're talking to my mom, and we're like, "Mom, like, you know, did you know about this?" We were upset for Mom, and she was like, "Yeah, I knew too." And then we were all pissed at my mom. Like, how do you not? You raised 5 kids. How did you not tell us that there was a 5th or 6th? Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
that's crazy, right? So I
crazy.
kind of get what you're coming from, man.
Yeah, my house was weird. Like my dad, I mean, because the 2 younger half brothers I have, that's from my dad cheating on my mom. But it was in one of those situations where my mom, I think, looking back on it now, it was all right. He leaves for college in 2 years, so
Yeah.
I could divorce him or I can just let him have a daddy for 2 more years, which was beneficial in that sense in terms of not growing up without a father. I think I would have been more mentally fucked
Right.
than just growing up with a father that was a bad husband. Like
Right.
it's.
If you had to pick one of the
Yeah.
two,
Yeah,
other-
and I think she looked at that and was just like, "All right,
here's
fuck
my
it.
options. They both
Yeah,
suck.
I
Which
agree.
sucks less?
Well, let's make sure the kid makes it out of the ghetto alive in his Dolphins jacket."
What did,
thank God he's a Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
What did Mom do?
My mom is still to this day a college professor. She's in administration now. She's like 30 years in higher education. Like she's
Crazy.
just a bunch of degrees and just teaches at a college in Birmingham and does like computer stuff. My dad did more of this shit till he died. He was a radio guy.
Oh, he was.
He did I ever tell you that Soul Train story?
Yep. Soul Train story's great.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah,
Soul Train
I
story.
never. I'm sure the PBR
Yeah.
Posse has never heard.
Yeah, hit it, but it's great.
So my dad started in radio like 40s, 50s, like one of the first black broadcasters.
Oh,
like,
wow.
stuff like that. And embedded reporter with like Vietnam and civil rights movement. Like if you
shit.
see any picture of like some march, if you look like 2 rows behind all the important people, my dad was like right there with a notepad writing shit down. So he goes to Chicago and he's the first news director of the National Black Network and at this radio station WVON, the voice of the Negro in Chicago. So my dad's working there, late 60s, and they hire a reporter by the name of Don Cornelius. And so Don Cornelius is there, he's doing his job. He comes to my pops and he goes, "Yo, man, I got an idea for a show that I want to do that's kind of like American Bandstand. I think if I can get the money together, we can do something the same way they do. We can rent out a studio and we can have people dancing and we can have a live act. It's Chicago, enough musicians come through here, and I'm going to call it the Train of Soul. It's going to be a smooth thing. And I don't have all the money I need to shoot the pilot. Would you help me shoot the pilot?" My pops looks at Don Cornelius, and he's like, "How much money you need?" He goes, "I need $1,000," which like in the late 60s, early 70s, that's insane. It's
Yeah.
like $20,000 now. I don't know the inflation.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Karen said.
So Don Cornelius, he goes, he shoots the pilot. Now he's got a pilot he can't sell. He runs into some issues. The stories that was told to me is that he ran into issues being able to recoup the money with the advertising. So it took a long time for Soul Train to get off the ground, way longer than the time Don Cornelius promised my father. So my father sees Don Cornelius in the hall, and he goes, yo, man, fuck is my money? And Don Cornelius is like, yo, man, listen, I don't have your money. It's not a lot that I could do, but I tell you what, man, let's just do this, Roy. Instead of me giving you back your $1,000, how about I make you a partner and make you an executive producer and make you one of the original creators of the Train of Soul?
Tell me he said yes.
And my father takes a fucking deep breath and looks Don Cornelius dead in the eyes and grabs him by his fucking neck and says, motherfucker, don't nobody want to watch niggas dance for an hour. You best come up with my cash.
Soul Train is still on today, isn't it?
A couple weeks later, Don Cornelius comes back to my father with $1,000 and a waiver, and my dad signed that shit and handed it back to Don Cornelius.
Oh, man.
That story is as true as I'm breathing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Insane, right?
Could not watch Soul Train as a child.
He wasn't allowed to watch it.
Oh, my God.
If that shit was on Saturday, you know, it was cartoons, wrestling, roller derby, and then it would kind of transition into Soul Train or football. If I turned on Soul Train, turn that monkey shit off.
I don't even
My pops
know.
was the biggest hater ever. Like,
Crazy.
just I could watch Solid Gold. I could watch MTV's The Grind.
Yeah.
Like any other dancing type show.
It was only that show.
Dude.
That is some Pete Best shit. That's
Wow.
some Mike Bocciarelli shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the fifth Beatle.
Like, what would you do in that situation? You think you made the same decision, though? You're thinking
It's like
this,
the Facebook guy who just, man, I need my money back.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
stupid. My dad said I need my money back.
You never know.
Roy,
you never know.
When did the name flip from Train of Soul to Soul
I have
Train?
no idea.
But you know what? There's a million of those stories that go the other way. There's one story that goes that way, but a million other stories people get their money back and the shit never
Or
goes
it's like
anywhere.
the dude who was
You know what I mean?
co-hosting American Idol in season 1.
This is the second time this has come up tonight. Dunkelman.
Yeah.
Dunkelman.
Dinkle.
What was his first?
Dunkelman.
What was his first?
Is it
Ryan?
Dunkelman?
Brian.
Ryan?
No.
Brian.
Brian?
Brian.
Dunkelman.
Yeah.
Brian and Ryan. That's why they got rid of him.
Why? Because they did.
You can't have two hosts, Brian and Ryan?
Last name?
No, because Ryan
First name?
just crushed him as personality.
Was that it?
That was it. I talked to him
Is
about
Seacrest still around?
it. This Mr. Ryan Seacrest.
I'm still not over the Soul Train story. I'm sorry.
Dude, that is insane.
Yeah, that's a
I
true
can't
one.
wait to tell that story to people.
I know the guy.
I know the guy
Who could have
whose
been the
dad who could have pretty much owned Soul Train right now.
Yeah, we had a piece of it with Don Cornelius.
Wow.
And nope, didn't happen, man.
Well, shit.
Jeez.
This is not some Soul Train music you would dance to, but this music is a little bit sexy, a little bit pornographic, but it indicates a game we like to play. It's called Top or Bottom. I'm going to read you two topics.
Oh, dear.
You're going to tell me if these two things were in a relationship, which one would be on top, which one would be on the bottom, and we're going to round table it. It's tailored to you, so we'll start with you. Top or bottom, number one, New York or L.A.?
LA's a top.
Oh, all right.
Is that because of the weather?
New York's got to take that pipe.
Is that because of the weather?
Weather, grass, and the ability to just drive around. I haven't been in New York long enough to appreciate it the way the natives do, but they say it grows on you. We'll see. I'm better now than I was 3 months ago.
Oh, you've been, how fresh? You're pretty fresh here. Like, living here.
Yeah, like I still don't have furniture like fresh. Like I have a folding chair in my living room because I just don't have time to go and
Where
shop.
did Sullivan and Sons shoot at? What?
Yeah, we
What?
shot in Burbank.
Oh, okay.
And I'd been in LA since 07, which certain neighborhoods are comparable enough to Alabama where there's a driveway and there's an apartment and there was some sense of it moves slower. New York has a speed to it that
Oh, yeah.
you gotta adjust to
Yeah.
very fast. And it's like literally like just jumping into merging traffic living here. There's no kiddie pool
Yeah.
to slowly learn yourself on.
So you gotta-
Dude, I caught the wrong train. I just started riding the train a month ago. The first month and a half I was here, didn't ride the train.
Taxis?
Taxis, Uber, all that. Started
It's
getting pricey.
intimidating,
I was
man.
like, all right, time to learn train. And they go, oh, the train's easy. It's just numbers and colors and the Google Map. Google Map will literally tell you on your phone, but what Google Map won't tell you is when the train changes lines and tracks, and you think you're on
Goes
the 3, but it's
Express
a 2, and it's Express, and then you're on the Amtrak to Philadelphia. Like, how the fuck did I catch
Then you got to Uber. Then you got to Uber back.
Yeah. I'm at Bleecker Street, and I caught an Amtrak. How did this happen? Screw this place.
Oh man.
But I do love all the delivery stuff. So yeah, LA on top.
I go that. I lived in LA for a couple of years. I mean, I'm a New Yorker through and through, but there's something about LA. Every time I get off the plane there, I never want to come back.
I like LA, but I live in Jersey by the beach, and like Mike does, and that's why I love being in New York City every day, because I have the separation. I have a driveway. I have, you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying when you come here, but New York on top, LA on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm going to say New York on top, man. We were born and raised here, although I do love the West Coast because of the weather. But
Yeah.
top or bottom, number 2, prank calls or podcasts?
Podcasts on top, prank calls bottom. Podcasts are more freeing.
Yeah.
I like pranks. I did them for a decade, but if I had to do one, I would rather do podcasts, because you get to talk to people and find out a lot of interesting stuff about folks. Whereas prank phone calls, the time that I was doing it was just getting cussed out by a stranger. Like, you just literally
Sit there and take it.
Yeah, every morning I had to go into a radio station, and by 7:05 a.m. I needed to deliver audio to my boss of me getting cussed out by. So I'd sit in the studio at 6 a.m., take a bite of a McGriddle, and figure out, how am I going to get cussed out today? What new thing can I say?
You're getting paid for people to hate you. You have to. If you're doing your job well, people hate you.
And people who are going to, in Birmingham, show up to your shows and tell you, hey, I don't appreciate what you did. Because we used to prank locally. Like, we didn't call out of town.
Right.
I'm a fucking man.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to come yell at me.
You know where I'm at. You know where my mama worked.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to call you and talk shit.
I go podcast because I think I love prank calls too, of course, but I think podcasts give you an opportunity to have conversations with people that you always wanted to. Like, I love talking to Roy, and most of our guests we have, it's just a great opportunity. It's a good outlet to get to sit down and talk with people.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Podcast. I mean, podcasts on top. Prank calls are fun. Never mind.
For all the reasons you guys said, podcasts on top. Top or bottom, number 3, take the money or take the credit? That's a Soul Train question.
Wait, take the credit? Take the credit? I don't
Take the money, like give me my money back, or take the credit like I'm an executive producer now.
Oh.
If you were in your dad's shoes then, what would you have
You're
done?
thinking that back end, but there was no back end.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. Google it. When did Soul Train go off the air? It had to be. It might still be on the air.
Nah, it's off. It was in syndication until like 2008 or 2009. Don Cornelius retired from it like in 2002, I think, as a host, and it was just an EP. I take the credit.
Yeah.
Because your legend is important. If you have an opportunity.
I mean, are we all in agreement with that one?
I mean, hindsight's
Anybody
2020.
taking the money
Hindsight
back?
is 2020.
You're taking the money back?
No. I would say take the credit. I've taken many a gamble that's failed by wanting credit instead of money.
Talk about $1,000 in 1969.
That's a lot of money. That's like laying out, let's say, with inflation.
That's like
$22,536.
Dr. King had just got shot. That's like go back to Africa money. Like my pops could have gone back to Africa with that money if he wanted to.
But he didn't.
Touche.
Okay.
Top or bottom, number 4, Denny's or IHOP?
Oh, come on, man.
There's got to be more to that question than we know, right?
me and my boy Roy, we always, no matter what town we're in together, we always hit a Denny's.
Denny's, IHOP is not even in the discussion.
Nope.
First of all, can we just go ahead and call half the shit that IHOP serves dessert?
That's absolutely true.
You don't get to put
It should be IHOP.
You don't get to put an egg beside a sundae.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a Sunday scramble.
Oh, it's breakfast. We put bacon next to this ice cream pancake.
Yeah. It's bacon cheesecake.
You know what's horrible? Like, that's the type of stuff I can't tweet anymore now.
Yeah.
Because of the Daily Show.
I'm still open. I'm still all right. I got yelled at once. Because I said I wanted to shoot at a Wendy's or something, I think it was. And I tweeted. I was sitting there eating. Oh, no, I had taken a picture with my shirt off because Murray dared me to.
Okay.
And we were just not filming, and he's like, hey, order with your shirt off. And I did it, and he grabbed it and tweeted it. And I said, hey, chilling at Wendy's, and we ain't even filming here. And then the fucking phone rang, and it was like, Burger King's a sponsor. So, it was one of those. situation.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've hit it so far. I'm not that big yet. I have to worry about that.
I'm not big. I just don't want to get in trouble. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because in the radio mindset, everyone who's not a sponsor could potentially become a sponsor.
Yeah,
And
sure.
Yeah.
I'd said something stupid about Chipotle and Taco Bell the other day, where it's basically I praised Taco Bell, but some people are like, well, you kind of dissing Chipotle. I'm like, no, I'm not dissing Chipotle. My problem is with these people who rave about Chipotle and talk about how great it is, and they look down their nose at Taco Bell like Taco Bell wasn't there for you when you were 20 years old and you were broke, you ungrateful piece of shit.
That's right.
All that Taco Bell has done for you
It got you through college.
has nothing to do with the deliciousness of Chipotle, but you're not going to disrespect TB after all he did for you.
That's right.
It's wrong.
I don't need Taco Bell.
But yeah, Denny's is great with
Denny's.
Joe, but you have to like budget 4 hours.
You have to. It's a 4-hour extravaganza, and you order everything on the menu, and it comes to $200. It comes to like $25.36.
Literally, if you order everything at Denny's, which is what we did one night,
The whole menu.
we
The whole
ordered
menu.
one of every
We
entree.
handed the menu back. We said we'll take one of everything.
One of every entree?
And one of every-
one of everything.
They
And
bring it? They
Yeah.
make it?
It was like family style. We just take a little,
We took a
scrape
bite
it
and
off of your
passed
plate,
it.
and yeah, it was insane.
It's- I mean,
Give it to the other people in the restaurant? Like, hey,
No,
you
no,
know,
we
it was
were
on
at
a
a
table.
table.
So basically, you just had a
Oh.
lot of plates of pancakes, eggs, and toast, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
essentially, that's everything just called
and
something
a
different.
T-bone, like one gnawed on
Random
T-bone.
T-bone.
yeah, what is steak like at Denny's?
Same
Oh
shit,
my
man.
God.
Great.
Did you know Waffle House sells more steaks than any other restaurant in the country?
Waffle House is good, though.
Waffle House,
And it's
they sell
cheap.
more T-bone steaks than anywhere else on earth.
Believe it?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Sydney Lesperance,
Cha-ching.
our fact checker. I want you to fact check that and tweet it at Roy Wood Jr.
Yep.
I'm going to call bullshit on
And
that.
at
Roy.
Waffle House, so that they know that I'm showing them love.
This is the
so I
Daily
can get
Show's
a-
Roy Wood. He knows his fucking stats, man. Don't disrespect him.
No, I'm just a Southerner who likes steaks from a freeway truck stop.
I'm going to hit you hard here on number 5. Top or bottom number 5. Sullivan and Sons or The Daily Show.
Oh, come on, don't make me choose.
You have to answer. I'm sorry. You're
tell
sitting in that
Steve. Tell
chair.
Steve. I'm gonna tell Steve what you say.
Don't make me choose which show is a bottom.
I mean, bottom's it's
Come
only a
on.
term that you decided
The
to
first
be. You know
ever
what I mean?
television show that I've ever done, or a life-changing opportunity that came partly as a result of the first television show that I'd ever done, the first sitcom.
Using that logic, it's a pretty simple answer, right?
Right.
No, it's not a simple answer. This is not a simple answer. I'll go Daily Show on top because Daily Show is still on the air.
There you go.
Sullivan and Sons in
CBS.
syndication.
Yeah, overseas, I still get checks. Apparently, in Slovenia, Vakistan,
You're
Slovenia.
huge.
Vodka
they still fucks with us.
Can't walk the streets.
Yo, I need to go over there and do some international dates. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're watching. I saw the residual checks. That episode played repeatedly
Nice.
in Slovenia.
That's crazy. We talked about that with Mo Bounce, like where your listenership is now
Yeah,
with
it's crazy.
technology, the way things is broadcast everywhere.
I get a lot of people from South Africa tweeting me now because they're all watching to support Trevor. And so it's been different. Like, I'll see, because I'm so wired to just see a black person and just assume you're just regular American black. But then I click on your profile and there's like a picture of Mandela. And I'm just like, wait, where are you from? Oh, you're South African black. Cool. I follow him.
There you go.
Yeah.
What is proper now? Because I'm confused at this point. Right, like
Darky.
I don't know where you're going with this.
No,
son.
I'm asking the proper term now because
Like
I know
what?
Well, when
You can't go wrong with Darky.
Well,
Trust
he
me,
said
bro.
he used the term
All your black friends.
an
just say
African
Darky.
black or an American black, but like if you're like I think Haitian, you can't use the term African American because
there's been
Haitians
some
aren't from
backlash,
Africa; they're
right.
from Haiti,
Right.
so they prefer the term black. But black
prefer
was
Haitian, yeah.
inappropriate to. So I'm confused at this point.
He's from Alabama though, so it doesn't rules don't apply. To
Yeah,
him.
you call me black, that's a good day in Alabama. That's a good day. Black African American dude, like those three, you pretty much can't go wrong
You
with.
can't go wrong with
black
dude.
people.
Dude, you can't go wrong.
Dude, you
Dude,
can't
that's
go
good.
wrong with. Bro, though, I think bro's
bad
Bro's
now.
more like what?
Bro is a little
Group of white dudes, a little bunch of
little
bros. on the-
entitled, and then when you go, bruh, now you're a douche.
That's it.
Oh, you'd hate all of Derek's friends. You just alienated all of
We don't
Derek's
say
friends.
brah.
Stop.
when you
You're not saying
when you
brah.
say brah right before correcting someone, like to me, it should just correct me. I don't need the first syllable.
Like, brah, the party's at Mindy's.
Don't listen to this
Like,
asshole. I do
yeah.
not say brah.
Yeah. Brah.
Jackass.
we were drinking all night.
I don't even say bro that much.
You say bro all the time. You say bro. You say we are bros. Like all of that.
What
Shit.
are you talking about?
No, you don't. You say bros more than you should, and we'll talk about it after the show.
That's why he doesn't follow you on social
That's
media.
it, man. You know what? Fuck your Instagram.
I tell you this much.
I'm going to unfollow you.
I'm gonna see if I can get it to do it right now.
To unfollow him?
No. Sometimes my iPhone capitalizes the N word.
But isn't that based on how you've typed things in the past or how you searched or stuff?
But I
If it's
never.
the first
I
word, it's
never-
going to capitalize it.
I never capitalize, but it's all caps, which means it's yelling. Like that's slur.
It's so weird.
Siri, you can't do that, Siri. Say dude.
Brah, anything.
See, it won't do it now. It does it though, where it'll
Serious
just go.
bitch.
It'll just yell. I'm like, who owned this phone before me?
Is this refurbished?
You got to refurbish phone.
Yeah, because black people throw around the N word, but we never yell it. There's never in any black to black communication the need to yell the N word unless it's, hey, watch out, so nigga, like
Something bad's about to happen?
There's something bad happening
There's a
behind
grizzly
you.
bear attack.
A pack of wolves, right?
Yeah, there's something you cannot see.
The
that
two
I'm
lead
attempting
chase
to
wolves.
warn you.
Yeah.
Call back.
There's no other instance where, so I don't know. I gotta get rid of this phone.
Your phone's racist.
Gotta racist
Gotta
iPhone.
erase this iPhone.
Gotta wipe the memory.
Roy, man, I can't thank you enough for coming out, man. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the Daily
This
Show and all the best. Man.
Has been the most fun I've had on a podcast in a
Oh,
long
nice,
time.
man.
Thank
dude.
you, appreciate that.
This is all right.
Yeah, it was great.
I
Come
like
back
what you're doing
anytime,
here.
man.
Roy, where can we stalk you on Twitter?
My name is Roywood Jr. Google me. I don't have time to tell you backslashes and @ signs.
But isn't it just Roy Wood Jr. anyway?
Yeah,
Yeah, but still Google it.
You Google it.
Yeah, but if you can't figure that out, I don't want to talk to you anyway.
True.
You're not my kind of person. If you can't figure out that 9 characters,
You're going to be on his
Jr.
Twitter list if he's following you, the shit list.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening to this one, this is the New Year's Eve episode, right? So happy New Year's,
Happy
everybody.
New Year's,
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
Happy New Year's, happy holidays. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Be safe out there.
You can find us on the web, PBRpodcast.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's give us some love. We'll love you back. Roy, thank you so much for coming out. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Oh, you farted.
Right at the end.
That was great, Roy.
Nice.